Hello students, Jai Swaminarayan. Let me introduce myself. My name is Std-11th and I am your new biology teacher. Without wasting much time, let us start with our today's class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about a new chapter, that is chapter number 8, Cell, the unit of life. When you look around yourself, you see the many things like non-living things and living things. Have you ever questioned yourself that what is the things that living things differentiate from non-living things? What is that particular things that living things have and non-living things don't have? And the answer of that question is cell. The cell, all the living organisms are composed of cell, where in non-living things, cell is not present. Now, let us see what is cell. Cell is a fundamental, structural and functional unit of life of all organisms known as a cell. Okay, so let us see the different properties of cell, and then we will discuss about the overview of cell. Then two types of cell: prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cell, we will discuss about plant cells and animal cell, and then in next class we will discuss about different organelles of plant cell and animal cells. So let us start with the cell and cell theory. In 19th century, one great scientist name is Anton van Leeuwenhoek, who discovered the first living cell. Now you will say that, sir, you forgotten about the Robert Hooke. But what the Robert Hooke discovered cell, it is actually different from what we know the cell. Okay, the Robert Hooke says that this type of structure is shown in the cork, and actually this type of structure which is found in that wood, it is not a cell, but it is a cell wall and dead protoplasm. Okay, so if someone asks you that who described the living cell and discovered the living cell, so the answer is Anton van Leeuwenhoek is the scientist who discovered the living cell and described the living cell. After that, another scientist come and he discovered the dense part and dark part which is present in the cell, and he named that part known as the nucleus. After that, the invention of microscope and evolution in microscope, it's led to the development of electron microscope, and the result of studying in an electron microscope, we discover many organelles in a different cell and different organelles. So now we know that what is cell. Again I repeat, the cell is structural and functional unit of life. Now let us see what are the properties of cell. For these properties, many scientists try to understand the cell and function of cell. The one scientist which is a botanist, name is Matthias Clarendon, who studied many plants cell and suggested that all the plants are composed of cell, and this cell made a tissue, and then tissue made organs and all the other organism. Okay. At the same time, in another country, another scientist name is Swan, who studied animal cell, and they proposed that all the animal cells are composed of one layer, which is all the animal cells are covered by one layer, and we know that layer is plasma membrane. Then they both are come together and proposed the one theory that is what we call cell theory. They said that all the organisms are composed of cell and cell product, but they are not able to explain that how new cells are formed or how new cells are produced. During that time, another scientist comes in a row and scientist is Rudolf Virchow. Rudolf Virchow explained the cell division in cell and say that all the organisms and all the organisms and cell of the organisms are from the pre-existing cell, which means the cell which are present today are formed from the previous cell, and that's how all the cells are formed from the one single cell. We know that from zygote organisms are formed or grow. Okay. And later he modified the cell theory and gave them a final touch, and this is the statement of cell theory. The first statement of cell theory is that all the organisms are composed of cell and cell products, which means all the organisms which are present on the earth are made up of cell and cell products. Another statement is the cell arise from pre-existing cell, means all the cells which are present today arise from cells that are present yesterday. Okay. Now overview of cell. You studied the cell in a previous classes of onion and human chick cell, in which we studied the different organelles of plants like cell wall, nucleus, plasma membrane, membrane bond structure. There are different types of cell present in the earth. Some organisms are composed of only one cell, where on the other hand many organisms are composed of multi-cell, which means they are multicellular, they having more than one cell. The unicellular organisms are the organisms which are composed of only one cell, and they are capable of doing their function and reproduction alone. And this type of cell known as unicellular cell. On the other hand, multicellular organisms are composed of many types and many cells. There are lots of diversity seen in a cell, like the smallest cell which is present on the earth is a cell of mycoplasma, and it is only 0.3 micron. And the largest cell which is present on earth is the egg of ostrich. Now we will discuss about prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Firstly, we will discuss about prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell, if we break this word, then three words will come out. First one is a pre-karyotic plus cell. Pre means primitive, karyotic means nucleus, and cell. Prokaryotic cell, which means cell having primitive nucleus, known as prokaryotic cell. Okay? The bacteria, mycoplasma and other organisms like virus are known as a prokaryotic. वायरस को सब जानते हैं क्योंकि आजकल बहुत मार्केट में चल रहा है. बैक्टीरिया को भी जानते हैं. Now let's see the overview of this prokaryotic cell. Here, this is the structure of prokaryotic cell, in which it is composed of mainly three types of cell, mainly cell wall and plasma membrane, and inside the plasma membrane one primitive type of nucleus present, which is known as nucleotides, and these nucleotides are present in a dense semi-fluid matrix known as cytoplasm. And plasma membrane is enfolded inside the cell, and this structure is known as a mesosome, which is helpful in respiration, cell division, and in many functions. Now let us see the structure of this cell. Firstly, cell envelope. The outer layer of cell known as the cell envelope, which is made up of three layers. Outermost layer is composed of glycocalyx. The middle layer is cell wall, and innermost layer is plasma membrane. In many prokaryotes, this glycocalyx is sometimes occur in a loosely manner, and in sometime it is very thick. When it is loosely occur, it is known as slime layer, and when this glycocalyx occur in a very thick and tough manner, it is known as capsule. On the basis of this cell envelope, the bacterial cell divided into two groups. First one is a gram negative and another one is a gram positive bacteria, which is mainly based on whether bacteria take up the gram stain or not. The gram stain is a stain which is developed by or produced by gram, and gram is one scientist. The difference between gram positive and gram-negative bacteria is that composition of cell wall. Now another organelle is mesosome. Mesosome is a inner fold present in a plasma membrane which is responsible for respiration and reproduction, cell division in prokaryotic cell. Now another one is the flagella. Flagella is a elongated part present on the prokaryotic cell which is made up of three parts: filament, hook and basal body. Filament is this elongated part known as the filament. Next one is the pili. Pili is a small elongated structure with the made up of special kind of proteins known as the pili, and which is helpful in attachment to the any surface or any bacteria or any another organism, which is helpful in producing diseases and attached to the host. Now let us see about the eukaryotic cell.
Last 5 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay. Next is eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell divided into two types. First one is the plant cell, another one is the animal cell. The basic difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic is, in prokaryotic cell the nucleus is a primitive, and in eukaryotic cell the nucleus is an advanced type of, which is covered by double membrane structure and having all the organelles which have double membrane. So my dear students, in next class we will discuss about this animal cell and plant cell and all their organisms. Thank you.